You don't know. You don't know, huh? So don't act like you do. Because then something bad might happen to you. Anthropos here with some breaking news. I am in possession of documents from James Casbolt, brand new documents in the form of two letters from James Casbolt to Holly Baglio, the super soldier. Holly contacted me personally several days ago asking me to deliver these documents to Miles Johnston of the Bases Project. I've been in touch with Miles this morning. He's in the middle of a live broadcast with Gabriel Cruz, I believe, the ex cell phone tower engineer who is whistleblowing, I think, something having to do with 5G. And, it is Miles' wishes that these documents be released live on air. And so that's the reason for the nature of this YouTube video that you're watching right now. Okay, and so without further ado, we're going to release the documents. Okay, here we go. Anthropos here. I've got the documents right here. This letter right here, and this letter right here. They're both kind of short. One's definitely shorter than the other. These, let me get it to you so you can see it on the screen. Okay. Not sure if you can see that. I'm going to read the letter to you aloud so that you'll know what the contents of it are. This is from HMP Let Hill, anyway, the name of the prison where James Casbolt is being held at this time. This is a letter from James Casbolt to Holly Baglio, the super soldier. These letters are brand new. And 2 days ago, Holly reached out to me and asked me to get these letters to Miles Johnston. I contacted Miles Johnston and told him I was in possession of the documents and asked him, where he wanted them, and he instructed me to present them live on his show with Gabriel Cruz, the ex cell tower technician who's doing some whistleblowing about G5. Okay, there's an actual, photocopy of the actual letter that I'm going to read aloud right now. Happy birthday. Remember, this is from James Casbolt to Holly Baglio. Okay. Happy birthday to you, in exclamation points. Holly, this is the voice of God speaking. In quotes. She held a golden cup in her hand, filled with abominable things and her filth. This title was written upon her forehead. Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of prostitutes. Revelation 17. Holly, first, you must contact the mother of prostitutes, /Carmen, Carman. She is possessed by the spirit of the Antichrist. You must help her. Second, after you contact Carmen, you must contact Brandy. And in parentheses, yes, get Brandy's contact details from Carmen. And then Brandy too is possessed by the spirit of the Antichrist. You must help her. Okay, it kind of sounds like a bunch of gibberish, which leads me to believe that that possibly this is some type of code. That's all I can come up with. From what I've seen of James Casbolt, I don't have any reason to believe that his mental capacity has been diminished right now. I don't have any reason to believe that. and he is quoting the Bible, and he's writing in plain language. The nature of these words that he's writing, the quotation from Revelation, is, of course, is something that I'm very familiar with, not only from being a Christian in my youth and having read the Bible from cover to cover several times while I was in prison, but also this is the same type of imagery that is used in a number of Western occult Hermetic orders, Hermetic brotherhoods, including the one that I am a member of, a lifelong member of, a secret society. So this is secret society imagery that you're seeing right here. It's not just the rantings of a madman, I don't think. Okay, now, so here's the second letter, which is even more brief than the first. It's kind of a follow-up or whatever. So here's this letter right here. I don't know if you can see that. That's the letter. Okay, I'm going to read this aloud to you. Once again, this is another letter from James Casbolt to Super Soldier Holly Baglio. And Holly has appeared on my show before, and I have. She's a friend of mine, and she reached out to me to ask me to give these documents to Miles Johnston, because it's known in some circles that I have limited access to Miles. Okay. Okay, this one's dated October 16th, Year of Agriculture, 2018. Today's the 27th, so he wrote this letter 11 days ago. Okay. Dear Holly, show Miles the Revelation 17 letter and tell him you await instructions from the Colonel, Colonel. Enclosed poem, my friend something. It's been a long war, in quotation marks. He is a talented artist and poet. Your friend, Ultraman Maitreya, military commander. So I don't have access to this poem. Apparently, from the contents of this, it seems like there's a poem sent from prison that was written by one of James Casbolt's comrades in prison. I don't know. I don't have access to that. I guess the name of the poem is "It's been a long war," like a long old war or something like that. It's been a long war. Obviously, the thing that sticks out the most about this letter is reference to the Colonel. Show Miles the Revelation 17 letter and tell him you await instructions from the Colonel. I don't know who this Colonel is. Of course, I've got to guess. Of course, I'm not going to say his name. It has come to my attention that this James Casbolt, who was trying to bring attention to this Colonel maybe a year ago or at some point, trying to advertise his affiliation or alleged affiliation with this Colonel. And if this is the same person, he's talking about a colonel or maybe a retired colonel or active colonel, I'm not sure, in the United States Army, with the type of, I don't want to say presidio or anything like that, but I don't know that it's that colonel. And there is a colonel that I asked to be on my show, and he politely and very cleverly and humorously, didn't. I'm not going to say. Anyway, declined. He declined my invitation, and his letter of decline or whatever it was. It was pretty funny. And so, regardless of what else is said about this gentleman by anyone else, I definitely have nothing bad to say about the Colonel. at the very least, because of the reasons that this is an extremely powerful individual, and I'm not talking about his standing in the United States Army. I'm talking about that this person is known to be extremely powerful in the astral realm. So that's all we're going to say about the colonel. And I don't know. I have no idea what, colonel that this letter is referring to. But I've got to guess. All right, man, that's it. Anthropos reporting for You Don't Know. You don't know, huh? So don't act like you do. Because then something bad might happen to you. A Basis, Texas production. Y'all stay tuned now, you hear?